Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are back at Meta One Designs headquarters for another episode of Beyond the NFT. And of course, as always, my name is Sinful, and I am your host for tonight's show. It is so good to see you all tonight. Thank you for pulling up to Beyond the NFT. We have CK Bubbles, Steve Sai, we have DCL Chess, Toxic Waifu with Rishi Girl. We have Clubber Will in the dance floor, Toria in the house rocking her Mew aura. We got Paul Jong. We got we got Shelly. Oh, I didn't even know these emotes existed. These are pretty cool. Shelly looks pretty comfy. So does Cube Man. What up, Fancy? Much love to you. And of course we have Stony Eye in the building. Awesome show earlier, and yeah, thank you for always performing every week for us here on Decentraland, Stony. And also welcome Brittany. I see you walking upstairs right now. And if I missed you, my apologies, my friend. It's so good to see every single one of you. Before we get started, a word from our sponsors, Bucktown MMA. This was a tweet that was posted by Bucktown yesterday, Cinco de Mayo. It says, empowering the youth in corners of the world we never dreamed possible. Thank you for continuing to believe in our mission. And then we have Jay's tweet that says, to our NFT holders, Decentraland wearable owners, merchandise rockers, and donors, this is what you're supporting. Together, we empower youth through mixed martial arts. Thank you. Stay blessed, family. And I will play us the video here.
¡2 minutos! ¡Aceleren el paso! ¡Rápido! Dos, tres, rápido. Oh, luego, Alexa. Oh, luego. Eso. Sube tu mano, vale. Sube tus manos, vale. 2 y 2, 2 y 2. Giving the shoulder. 1, 2, 3. La barbilla. Y ahí botas. Y ahí, eso, bien. Pero más, ¿verdad? Estás como acá. 2 minutos.
And we're back. Always good to see what Jay from Bucktown is up to. It's a real privilege to have him as one of the sponsors of Beyond the NFT. Now, without further delay, everyone, tonight's guest is a podcast host that goes by the name of Jay Connects. How are you, my friend? Welcome to Beyond the NFT.
I'm good, man. I'm a little anxious, but I'm good. This is my first time being in the metaverse, or even Decentraland for that matter. I do own some Decentraland coins, but I've never been in this metaverse before, so this is new to me.
Well, perhaps maybe even throughout the interview, if you have any questions about Decentraland, like, please feel free to ask. Just a little overview. Like this community right here is the community that has survived the bear market. So you can kind of see, like, by those merits, that like how special this group is. They're the creators, they're the builders that stuck it through because they love what they do, not because of any dollar amount that was promised to them, or anything like that. So yeah, man, if you're ever looking for 3D creators, I'm sure there is someone here in the Decentraland community that would be able to help you out.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I've been hearing a little bit more and more about the Central Land and what it can do and the community that's part of it. So I'm glad to be here, bud. I'm glad that you sought me out and we're doing this together.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good interview. Usually I like to start the interviews off by passing the mic over to my guest and allowing himself to or themselves to give a proper introduction of like who they are, what they do in the space. So here you go. Take it away, my friend.
This is my time to talk, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, my name is Jay Connects. I am I'm a brand ambassador for multiple projects. Um, all the projects I'm a brand ambassador for, I'm good friends with the founders of these projects. First project to name would be the Pigeons of New York. I'm wearing the T-shirt right now. I myself, I'm from New York City, so it's great to be part of a community and to be on the team for a project that is from the same city I'm from. And if I wanted to, I could just drive to my founder's house. Like the convenience that I have, truly blessed and honored to have it. Um, and then, there's another project that I recently joined not too long ago by the name of Be Nice, which is the hat I'm wearing right now. I got this hat literally from, meeting my founder at NFT NYC, and I joined the team. Um, I joined the team maybe like the month before that, leading up to NFT NYC, and he was giving out hats like it was hotcakes. All part of his brand, his apparel brand that he has. And then I also became part of the NYC Squirrels NFT project. A good friend of mine by the name of Knowledge, who also lives in New York. Be Nice lives in Jersey, which is basically New York. And my good friend Knowledge lives in Queens. I'm from Queens, so he's like not too far from my job. So the three projects that I represent is all in the same state, all in the same city that I live. So for me, who loves to go to these IRL events and mingle with people, and you know, I'm trying to bridge that gap between Web 2 and Web 3 by talking to people that know nothing about the space, or I should say more about the culture, because I'm all about the culture of Web 3. I myself, I'm not a developer. I don't come off saying that I know everything about the space. I know my limits. I am a seller in real life. I do I sell cell phones for a living, television packages, even uh, telecommunications is what I've been doing for a long time. I do have management skills. I don't have a degree in marketing, but I've been doing marketing, digital marketing, for quite a while, aside from the space overall. I will say that uh, X has really helped me to see the passion I have for talking to people on a larger scale. Thanks to Pigeons of New York, I was able to speak publicly in front of a large amount of people, and this is before I even joined the team this year. This is when I was a founder of another project. They gave me that opportunity to express myself to a good amount of people, not just Web3 people, but Web2 people. So these things I remember and I don't forget. And because they gave me the opportunity and other opportunities alongside that, I decided to make that decision to be part of their team. So everything is just coming full circle. I've been in this space for about 3 years. I've worked my way up. I was I was a I was a community member. I'm still an investor. I slowed down on the investing to really focus on helping the team. Um, as a community manager, um, very time consuming. Those of you that are community managers, you know that in the space. I always put the founders um, before me. I've done that. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. And then I moved on to another project, and then we worked on that project together. I became a founder of that project, and till this day, the community that knows me and supports me is still riding with me today. So that pretty much sums it all up. When you think about J Connects, you just think about the guy who literally can be in any atmosphere, not just one particular circle. I try to mingle with all circles, and not just in IRL and in Web3, but also in IRL. I try to be everywhere. That's what my podcast is about. That's what this interview, I'm sure, is about. Um, Bridging the gap. So what I do is, I didn't want to just do a podcast where I talk about the news of crypto and I talk about, let's say, projects and founders. I talk to the founders of projects and developers. I wanted to take a step further, or I would say more so in a different direction, and not only talk about the brands of Web3, but the people of Web3, because I'm a people's person. I want to talk to you about the people that invest in these brands, the people that put these brands on a pedestal, and they share them out to their friends and family, the people that love the community so much. I want to give them a spotlight, and that's what I'm doing with my podcasts. So if you're an investor, if you're a brand ambassador, if you're a developer, any role you play that makes up the Web3 community, I will tap in with you, and I will interview and give you opportunity to talk about whatever it is that you got going on, or whatever it is you want to talk about pertaining to the spaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then alongside that, I am interviewing Web2 businesses, brands that I've met in the streets, or I've met through friends, or that I've met online, who may be on X but don't know much about the Web3 space because they find it confusing. I'm finding these people, or they're finding me through referrals and saying, hey, you should be on his podcast. And I do my research on them, of course, before I interview them. And then
got you.
And then you got to make sure that they're legitimate and what have you, or to some extent, because I know podcasters that have interviewed people, and those people were rugged. So there's no telling what could possibly happen. Always got to do your own research, right? So the people that I'm interviewing Web2 wise, I'm giving them a platform, and I'm actually getting ahead, because they might have no intentions of thinking that their business is ever going to go as far as it's going to go, but it's just free advertisements for them. Why wouldn't they be interviewed?
Mm-hmm.
These last 3 people that I've interviewed have actually these last 4 people that I've interviewed have never been interviewed before, and they have successful businesses in real life. So that's got them bullish on the J Connects podcast, because I'm taking it to like a local level, and even if it's someone out of state, if someone wants to be referred to me who has a Web2 brand, I don't mind marketing them as well. I have gotten offers for sponsorships and stuff like that, but this, as a part of my podcast, I want to take it where I actually will be outside interviewing people, kind of like what you see on like TikTok and like Instagram Reels, it's Instagram, Reels, or YouTube Shorts. I want to be that guy on the street with my microphone saying, "Hey, talk to me about crypto. Talk to me about NFTs. Talk to me about your business. Tell me about the outfit you're wearing right now." Like, having those conversations, doing those small, short attention span clips that will move the algorithm for my YouTube channel.
Yep.
So
Those that type of content, like mainly you see them at usually like the host is out at a convention and they meet up with someone and it's like, hey, like quick questions, 1 minute long videos, and I noticed that like just the algo eats those up.
right, exactly. So that's what I'm that's my challenge because well, you don't know, but I've never been the tech guy, right? I just, for me, I kind of find it boring. Like, it's interesting though to watch, but I don't have like the patience for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have the patience for everything else, but just not that part. You're right. So I like to sell. That's my passion. I like to talk. That's my passion. So like the video editing, I haven't gotten that down pack yet. I do live spaces. I do live podcasts. Um, and if you go to my YouTube channel now, I think you had it pulled up
Yeah, I'm
on
at
one
it
of the
right now.
streams.
Yeah, I got it right
Yeah,
here.
all of this is live. So you're getting like the raw,
Hmm.
unedited version, which is also not traditional when it comes to podcasts. Most times it is edited. There's like um, split screens and all that, and
Yep,
graphics that come up on the screens. You know how it goes with like YouTube and all that.
exactly.
But I'm it's a process. It's a process, and I have so much other things going on besides the podcast at the exact same time. Like I told you, I'm a brand ambassador for like 3 projects, and I'm also a dad. I'm also a husband, a dad of twin boys that just turned 2. Married to a beautiful wife, and we're looking to buy a house soon. God willing. And I just got it. I just got a new job. I just got a new job with even more responsibility, which, not to talk too much about the job IRL wise, but this particular job, I will be managing like 3 stores. So I went from being a salesperson, uh, sales rep, to being a store manager, to being a sales rep, to now managing 3 stores. So it's been a busy yeah, it's been a busy week. I just gave my 2 weeks last week to my current job, and blessings on blessings. So I got that going on. At the same time, my podcast is doing fairly well. A lot of people want to be part of it or want to be on it, and why wouldn't you? From a standpoint, not to be conceited or anything, but from a standpoint of a brand, it's free advertising. And how I advertise when I put you on my podcast, you know, um, I promote you the week before the podcast, and then the week of the podcast I promote you because it's a win-win for both of us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Totally.
anyone that, yeah, it's a win. Why would you turn down free promo? Even if you don't like me as a person, it's still free promo. Like, I'm still marketing your brand and your community, um, 2 weeks in a row, and I'm not asking anything for it. You know, I do have merchandise too. I do have a song because I have the podcast. A good friend of mine by the name of Mose Calloway. He from the last community that I was part of, and I'm still part of it because I still own the NFTs. I haven't sold them yet. Um, Mose Calloway, a good friend of mine, he made a song. He made an intro and an outro to my podcast, and the song is called "Stay Connected" with Jay Connected.
Nice.
It's a very catchy.
I don't want to
Yeah, go ahead.
interrupt you there, but like, yep, we got Mose Calloway in the chat on X. Hashtag stay connected with this bro.
Let's go! My brother from another mother is in the room. Shout out Mose Calloway from that away. I did tell him where I was, so I'm looking at the tweets right now.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
within the X live
Oh, the
stream
X chat.
chat. Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
know I
nice.
know that Elon is still working on all that, so like not everything has been thought about. Like when someone joins or like sees your chat and then leaves and then comes back, do they still see the chat that other people left before? It just like all clears out.
Yeah, for me right now, I'm in the Discord, just like
Ah.
just staring at the two of us. But that's cool.
Those-
I kind of want to switch to the other screen on the laptop and see it, but it's all good. I'll keep it like this, and I'll use my phones to look at stuff
All
in the
right.
meantime.
So, yeah, you were talking about Mose, the intro and outro that he had made with you, and that's around the time when I cut you off. My apologies.
No, 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 you're good. You're good. So, um, you know, it's funny. I was reading something right before this podcast started of an old team member, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but around the conversation was brought up that I'm out here pretty much, you know, on the coattails of other brands, and I haven't really built anything myself. But little do they know, I have a podcast, and that's really what this whole interview is about. So, for those of you that don't understand or don't know what I do, what I do is this: I have a podcast, and I'm a brand ambassador for projects. So, I'm not riding any coattails. I've had the podcast literally the same time I started this business venture that I'm doing now. So I just saw that, and I just had to bring it up because it's fresh in my mind, and it's not easy. Some of us are developers, some of us are artists, some of us are musicians. Um, I'm neither of those things. I'm literally who I am. I'm a person trying to find their way in the space, and I find it unfortunate that some people try to tear down others because they're making noise and they're quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone can be quiet.
Well,
My
that's.
personality.
Go ahead.
What are you saying?
I was gonna say, like, that's what we're here for, like individuals like us. Like you just basically also described myself. Like, I'm not a builder, I'm not a singer, artist, or anything like that. But what I do is I host a show, and I try to highlight these special people on the show. So, like,
Right.
so like it's like, although there's those negative people out there, um, like, it's pay no mind to them. That's kind of how I think about it. I pay no mind and just keep doing what I love doing in the space. Because, like, we're kind of like the offset to those individuals. Like, a lot of people think the space is just full of greedy founders, people that rug pull, but it's not true. And we
Right.
we spread that
Uh,
message, you and I.
And that's accurate. And as much as people want to try to like downplay, let's say, the brand ambassador may come off like a car salesman, or the podcaster is just interviewing the content creators. We are content creators ourselves. We're necessary. Actually, we're necessary. We hold the cards in terms of what gets put out there, and we're good at it. You know what I mean? So to think that you can do it alone, you're mistaken. That's the message I want to put out there for anyone that wants to discredit a podcaster or someone that's in marketing. Marketing is 90% of it. I mean, I know great projects, and I'm going off topic right now, but I know great projects that built things, but are struggling to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that was that. But back to Mosaic Calloway real quick. So he made this amazing song for us, well, for me, well, us, the community. Um, I haven't, I haven't made the trailer or the intro for for my podcast yet with the song that he gave me, and this is from months ago. I just been, you know, playing the song in different spaces, playing it on my own space, the intro, the outro, um, enjoying the ride, putting out the merchandise, which people are hyped about. I just got news. Shout out to Ice. Shout out to Ice from the Pharmacy Fandoms community, also from the Pigeon community. He's made my merchandise, and he told me by Thursday or so, sometime this week, I will be getting my Stay Connected T-shirts that was ordered for NFT NYC week. I'm hyped about it. I can finally wear the merch, and um, yeah, we're gonna make some big things happen with that merch. But
Nice.
back to the music.
Is it the
Yeah,
merch
what we
that
say?
is it the merch that is in your link tree under merchandise? In your
Um,
JConnects LLC Printify?
it is not. It is not. This
Ah,
is merch. This was merch that was made exclusive for NFT NYC week.
okay.
And how it started was it was like a surprise. So anyone that bought the song, which is on Sound XYZ, the Stay Connected song,
Mhm.
it's going for 0.003 Ethereum, right? 0.003 Ethereum, which is like $12 or $7, whatever it is. Not a whole lot of money, but anyone that purchased that song did it out of the kindness of their heart, or where they were supporting Mose, or they really liked the track. So I made 333 um, music NFTs. It's the same song. It's not different versions. It's not different tracks. It's literally It's literally the same song, but 333 versions, collection size. And why I did it that way is because I want to build a community. I want to build the J Connect community, the Stay Connected community. And I figured by having that many, I can get my core group of my core community members to have a piece of me in their wallet. And also Mose, because he also made the song. So that's where I was going with it. Being a founder and a brand ambassador of projects and collections, I'm literally taking that same blueprint and I'm applying it to the music.
Mhm.
And now I know that musicians have collections and albums and what have you, but because I have the experience from the NFT projects and communities as community manager, and Mose is the musician, I'm literally just bringing it all together in terms of how I'm marketing it, with the merchandise, with the IRL events. So that's literally what's happening with the Stay Connected song. If you happen to mint the song, you actually enter into a raffle to win the Stay Connected 24s, which is a sneaker. So Mose has a connection with a sneaker company for over 5 years. I had no idea. This was his idea, and he said, "Jay, I designed some sneakers for you called the Stay Connected 24s." Now, mind you, this is like a totally random day. I'm in spaces. He already made the song for me, and that song went viral, by the way, a couple times. We got all the way to top 13 out of 100 songs. Out of 100 viral songs, the Stay Connected went all the way to number 13.
On the sound
Um,
charts or like a different chart?
on the sound charts, on the sound.xyz
That's
charts. And,
dope.
and right in the viral section, and I didn't even know it went viral. He told me, he was like, "Bro, I never went viral before." He's put music out, and it never went viral before. So this was a win for all of us and the community. So when community seen us go viral and they own the NFT, they're more bullish. Some of them went back and bought more, and then we started to move up a little higher. Some people didn't even hear the song, or maybe didn't really listen to it, didn't really care for it. They started to buy some. All in all, I think we have, what is it, um 63 mints from the limited edition, and I think we have about 36, last time I checked,
Wrong.
36 free mint.
You got
So
66 from
basically,
limited.
okay, you're looking at it now.
Yep, number
Okay,
grew, and 37 with the free edition.
right. So here, check this out.
Let's
Mose,
go.
he's a genius. Like, he's a genius, really is. So he also has a connection with Pools. So Pools is like a company that works with the musicians, and they have tokens and all that. So when you mint a Stay Connected song, right, you get reward token. I forget how much it is, if it's like uh, 50 or so, or 100 or so. I think it's like 50 or so. If you get the limited edition, you get 100 Mose token every single Friday of every single week. So you're accumulating Mose for just minting one time for 0.003 Ethereum of the stake connected track. Now, eventually, you're gonna be able to, trade with Mose token and get different types of things, if it's gonna be merchandise or what have you. But literally, we're taking this blueprint I was mentioning before about NFTs and music NFTs, and we're just making it a whole different thing that no one else, I don't think, is actually doing, because we're partnering up on this together, right? So you get Mose token for minting, you get entered into a raffle, because I told you before he has the hookup for the sneaker.
Yep.
I don't know if you can pull up the
Yep,
the sneaker.
I got it right here too.
But okay, yeah. So the sneaker is made out of it's Italian leather. It's Italian leather, and it's handcrafted. When he designed the sneaker, from what I understand, the team that makes the sneaker themselves, they were astonished. Immediately after he finished the sneaker, they emailed him and said it's so good that they want to make it a limited edition. This is what he was telling me. And they said no one could ever use this same sequence of designs ever in a shoe. No one can replicate the shoe going forward. We're gonna make it a limited edition just for you guys. So I told him, listen, let's just make it about 100 shoes, just 100 shoes, and off rip, I think it has to be 255 is what they charge for their shoes, around that amount. And yeah, that's the shoe. There's a lot that comes with it, but we're raffling the two of them, actually. Two of them. So once we get to the halfway mark of the 333, someone's gonna win some stay connected sneakers, those golden black sneakers that you see up there. He has a few friends IRL that have no idea what I just talked to you about, the Mosaic coin, the stay connected song on Sound XYZ that went viral. He has what else, the merchandise that we have with it. He has friends IRL, and I have friends IRL that have seen the sneaker, and they think it's a different brand. They don't even know it's mine. They don't even know I have a sneaker. They just think that I'm about to buy these sneakers, and they're like, "Yo, what brand is that?" And I'm kind of thinking to myself, maybe I should just not tell them it's mine, and then we'll just buy it thinking it's someone else. And then afterwards go, gotcha. That's what I'm kind of thinking about doing. But they say that it looks like the ones, like the Jordan ones with the black and gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. I love the design. I love the texture. Like you mentioned it's Italian leather, but like in a way, like the texture makes it look like gator skin, or
yeah,
kind of like reptile. I see Mose.
It might have some gators in there though.
Might have some gators. Mose is in the X chat. He is saying you can also collect Mose by following us on sound.xyz. Then he followed up with, that's a fact, limited edition code. Should I say this out loud? Am I allowed to say the limited edition code out loud, Jay?
Sure, why not?
It is it is
wow.
number sign MN8678. And Mose also did mention croc skin and ostrich print.
Oh, ostrich print. I don't think any ostriches were harmed in the making of the shoe,
no,
just to give people peace of mind.
No ostriches were harmed in the making of the shoe.
Wow, we got 122 people watching the stream.
Yep. We have about four
Nice.
more on on Twitch, and a couple on X, or I mean not X, Kick, and of course, oh, it's looking like a full house over here at Meta One Designs headquarters. Let's take a look here, see how many friends have pulled up. We're at 17 friends, and I even say Jay from Bucktown here. Thank you for popping in, Jay. Good to see you, my friend. We have Brandon's. Everyone seems to be enjoying the show. If you have any
Zam is
questions,
here.
oh, what's that?
Zam, Zam NFT.
Oh, yes, Zam NFT. You know Zam?
Let's go. That's my bestie. Let's go. Let's freaking go. 126 and counting. Let's go, man. That's
But
awesome.
so yeah, we have a full house. You might even recognize a kid called Make too. Make an NFT. He's been around the space for a while. Always just like us, always trying to uplift those around him.
Nice. I'm looking at it now. Oh, everyone's just sitting down, and there's like a whole disco floor.
Yep. The disco
This
floor,
is neat.
it has like rising panels, and then on the bottom of the rising panels there's like different logos. You see my like Mew bubble logo under there, and it rotates into other stuff like the Metal One Design logo. This build was built and developed by Mr. J Stickle. I'll be walking over to him on your screen here shortly. He created all this here and even coded it. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so like
Wow.
big love to this man, big love to this man. Very talented person.
This is dope. I can't see the chat, but this is dope.
Uh,
This is so cool.
so yeah, if wait, IDK, if Zam and Zam NFT are the same person. Oh, okay, maybe we're talking about the wrong Zam here, Jay. I thought Zam had it. My apologies, Zam. Oh,
No
and
worries. Zam will probably watch this later, anyways.
uh,
um. So where did I leave off? So the sneaker giveaway, and right now, if anyone wanted to buy the sneaker, they could. They could buy the sneaker. I got a text message the other day from Mose because we do have, for the first time, well, for me actually, for the first time ever, I will be having my own IRL event. Like, I got the pleasure to go to NFT NYC last year. Well, not the actual convention, but the satellite convention, satellite events. Pictures of New York, I mentioned before. Um, I went to see Pharmacy Phantoms. I think Puff Puff Pandas were there. I got to meet Doodlegenics for the first time last year, and I was in his space today, so that's like surreal. Dr. Bruce, Jab DZ, Skirpy, it was cool, right? And I also got to experience last year. I'm sorry, I was 2022. I also got to go to Art Basel last year. That was really fun. That was super fun, and I think that's really what drove me to want to do more IRL was Art Basel
nice.
for owning a pigeon. Yeah, for owning a pigeon, right? And this is when I was part of my old project before I even joined the team. I was able to use my pigeon to go to ride on a boat, not just any boat, a yacht in Miami. So
Okay.
picture this. Picture this. Picture being on a yacht, kind of like reminds me of like GTA in a sense, but imagine yourself being on a yacht and then pulling up to a station to get some drinks as if it's like some type of corner store, right? Going to the corner store on the water, getting your drinks, getting back on the boat, then heading back. You decide you want to go to a restaurant now. And in my eyes, looking at it from the standpoint of if I wanted to go to a restaurant and have a car, I pull up to the front. The valet would say, here's your keys. They give you the sticker back, and then that's pretty much it. No, but imagine you having a yacht, you being that wealthy that you pull up to a restaurant, and the restaurant has these open doors. chairs and tables, and there's people outside just sitting there having their filet mignons and their and their caviar and sipping on some wine, and you pull up in your yacht and they're like, okay, everyone has a yacht here, so who cares? And then the valet guy saying, okay, pass me the rope, and you're like, what rope? Like, because you're not used to giving a rope out. Usually you would just give your keys to hold on to, and then they throw a rope, they tie up the boat, and everyone just hops out and they walk from the yacht into the restaurant. And just imagine like the feeling of saying, wow, I'm one of y'all for a day, and all I had to do was own a pigeon. Like, that's something I'll never forget. That I can never take away. Real life utility for owning an NFT. Now imagine what you spent already for NFTs in a whole. Or let's say you spent $100 or $80 for an NFT, or $200 or $300 for an NFT. And then you had some experiences in Web3. Maybe you got some coins out of it. I don't know. Maybe you got some merch out of it. But did you actually ride a yacht? Did you actually get to go to the restaurant and surprise everybody? Do you have those memories and pictures shared with your friends? Did you? So that's literally what got me interested in IRL events. And I always knew I was going to do one because people have been asking me for years. I was just nervous about it, right? So big shout out to Cowboy Tom for Cowboy Tom? You
I know
familiar with
Cowboy
Cowboy?
Tom. I know Cowboy. I'm surprised he's not here right now. He usually pulls up too.
I am going to share the link to him via text because he asked me to be part of his to be part or actually no, he asked me to collaborate with him actually for this IRL event. It's a rooftop pool party in New York City. Cowboy Tom is from New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned all the 3 projects that I represent are from New York City, right? Jose was from New York City. Now he lives upstate, but still New York.
Can't escape.
Still
Can't
New York.
escape.
You can't escape. So Cowboy Tom, he's been organizing and orchestrating this this event for NFT Summer Club was what it's called. And imagine just like the yacht party. Imagine being on a rooftop, looking over Manhattan, looking over the city, Lower East Side, the day before the 4th of July. So July 3rd is when his event is. So you could already imagine, and I've already been hearing firecrackers going off, and we're in May. You can already imagine what's going to happen July 3rd. The night before the 4th of July. The night sky probably going to be lighting up in different directions, and there's going to be a nice in-ground pool in the middle of the party. And it's gonna be a nice little shindig, Right now, if you go to the link tree in my bio, you can click on it. It's on Eventbrite. The price is there. This event, just so I can give you more understanding of it, it's really a laid back event. It's really it's a party. It's gonna be a great time. It's a party. We have Jaden Violet performing.
Nice.
Awesome guy. He's someone. Do you know Jaden Violet?
Yep.
You familiar with him?
Yep, I know Jaden.
Okay.
I've been in a few of his spaces and have chatted with him.
Nice. Yeah. So I actually got to meet him at Art Basel as well. This is how it's all coming together. I got to meet Jaden Violet at Art Basel. I met him in spaces prior to that, and we had an adventure, and we talked about it on my episode 1 podcast, where we went to Orange Soda, hanged out with Wake and Bake. My boy Darius was there, Rainey was there, CRG was there, and we're like, yo, we're about to go to Culture Cards. Culture Cards is an NFT project as well. Shout out to Fred Frenchie, shout out to Sapphire, T Banks, Khadijah, all these people. So, like, yo, we're about to go to Culture Cards. You guys want to ride? And we're like, yeah, why not? Now, mind you, the people I came with, they're all over the place. I don't know where they are, but you know, we just took Ubers everywhere. So, hopped in the whip with Rainey and Darius. I got content for that too. And when I do the Darius interview, I'll be posting that video as well. So imagine us in his sports car, windows down, my head out the window. We're in Miami. We're live. He's playing his Kong radio music in the background, and we're just bumping. And then Rainey's in the back, just dancing her the night away. And then, you know, CRG and Jaden or another car, and they're like speeding off, and we're all just making our way to the Culture Cards house, where Rick Ross, get this, Rick Ross and Mike Tyson were interviewed by the founder, Fred Frenchie. If you guys don't know about Culture Cards, you need to find out. So we get there. Of course, they're not there, but we get there, and we start to play pool, and I start to play against T Banks, who's also another musician, producer, very good friend of mine, super cool guy. And it started off with T Banks playing against Jaden, and then I got the sticks. Jaden got off. I got the sticks. I got to play against Jaden. I mean against T Banks. And when I say the trash talking was at an all-time high, the trash talking was at an all-time. So
forget what 3 wag me. We going in right now.
Yo, and the whole time I didn't realize it, but Jaden was actually doing the content on me. He had his camera set up in a corner. He was setting. This whole thing was a setup. He had his camera set up in a corner, and he has it on tape of us playing that game, and me talking trash, but then losing the game, and then he comes over. He's like, "Yeah, this is the best thing ever," and you know, I got it all on tape. And I'm like, "What?" And I'm looking at the camera, and I'm like, "No." So I got some content of him as well, and I was just talking to him today about that. I don't know if he's watching it, but I was like, "Listen, you give me that content, you give me that video, and then I'll give you the content I got of you. We'll do a swap.
Release the rights to the content of me.
Release the rights. Sign off on it. I'm holding it captive.
And I will return your content.
That being said, you actually could play this now. If you go to my profile, I did create a tweet of a snippet of the video. A snippet of the video that I posted for Jaden performing at, get this, not NFT NYC. This is an event I went to.
Nice. I did hear about that. Could you even like share like any details that you know about not NFT NYC? Because I know like it started happening shortly after NFT NYC. It almost felt like people instant transmission from New York to like LA, I believe, right? That's where they were holding it.
To be honest with you, I wish I could tell you more about the history of not NFT NYC. All I can tell you is I went on Eventbrite. Shout out to Pyro because she put me on, and all of the events that were happening for NFT NYC week this year was on there. So I just went down the list. I just started checking off everything, even the ones that had to be paid for. I probably lost about $100. Some of the events I didn't actually go to, but I did buy the tickets for. And it was raining that week. It was so depressing a little bit.
I
but
just
not
found
NFT NYC week.
I found some Jaden content.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll full screen it.
Yeah, if you scroll down, you'll see it. I just retweeted. This is the festival actually. That's the festival. If you go back up, that's the festival that Mose is going to be having on June 28th. But this is the video right here. This is it. Yep. and you have Darius and Rainey in this video actually at the end, but I cut it short because those are my peoples. I don't want to do too much.
Got the
Do
meta
too much.
baddies out there. I know that they did a collaboration with the baby dolls here in on Decentraland, like kind of like a IRL cross event.
Mm, yes. Look at that dancer right there, and then that's Rainey right in front of me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
funny.
The views are going up. The views are going up. 164. look at the views now.
Bro,
We're,
this
we're
Jaden,
going up.
just Jaden, don't release this Jaden Violet content. Don't release the rights to it. It's
I
gold.
got more, man. I got way more. Way more. I think a lot of us do. I don't know if I was the first one to put this out, but I haven't seen content like this from this party yet. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. That event was dope. Um,
You were mentioning not NFT NYC.
yeah,
Didn't know too much of
yeah,
it, but
not NFC NYC. Yes, not NFC NYC. And the person that was throwing the event, um, I was trying to get this hat, you know, for a discount or free. And someone was like, "Talk to the owner." And then they asked me what my name was, and I was like, "Jake and X," and they're like, "Yeah, I know who that is." So I was like, do you know about pigeons?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I know what that is." I was like, "Do you know about Be Nice?" It was like, "No, I'm not really sure." I'm like, "Damn."
I
Uh,
I would have used
and
that
then,
moment to joke around and be like, "Do you know who I am?"
so then, the owner came over, and he was like, "Oh yeah," she said, "Shoot your shot. Ask him now." I was like, "Well, if you guys don't know these people, then I don't think he's probably gonna know." No, try, try. You never know. And was like, "Oh, he wants to get a hat." And the guy goes, "All right, so what's your name?" So I'm thinking to myself, "Then it matters who you are if you get a hat or not, like, or you gotta buy one, right?" So I'm like, Jake and X, and he goes, mm. And then someone goes, show them your profile. I'm like, all right, I really want this hat though. So I put up my
You're
profile.
shooting your shot.
I, I shoot him my shot. I show him my profile. He goes, "Oh yeah, I know you, bro. Yeah, here you go." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah. I seen you around, bro. We've never talked, but I seen you around." So um, that just goes to show that my digital marketing skills of taking every single tweet of content for the projects I represent, for my own project, for Mose, and all of my friends that I've been flooding in all these damn group chats I'm part of. It's finally paying off. It's finally paying off. Because he saw my name somewhere. And yeah, so now I have this really dope hat that I wear all the time. And
Dope
I have the Be
hat.
Nice
You
hat.
have a dope hat and a dope story of how you got the hat, you know? Like something that like really you could tell it to someone within the space, someone that's new, and it kind of like it displays the power of being that connector, and always being there for like those around you. So good shit. And also I did want to like mention like I know how you mentioned that like going to these IRL events, it was your first time, but going to them kind of inspired you to do some more stuff in real life. I definitely got that same effect back in 2022 when I went to Art Basel and met a lot of the Decentraland people. I was hanging out with the Decentraland crew, got to meet like the CEO and stuff like that. But isn't it crazy how like when you meet someone within your Web3 family in real life, um, it's almost like you've known each other the whole time. Like you're seeing each other, and then you just go in for that big old hug, or or just vibe like to. It's
You are
like crazy
you
that
are
connection.
describing you are describing exactly what it was like when I
Hmm.
met Pyro. I
Exactly.
don't know if you know what Pyro is, but I
I
met Pyro, and
okay.
she's from Star Dogs, Supreme Kongs. Um, I don't know if
I
you.
think maybe Kid Called Beast as well, or at least holds one. I know Pyro.
He probably does. He
Yeah.
probably does. Awesome human being. I met Pyro, and it was like I was like I've known her forever. You know, she's super dope, bro. She's super dope. But not just her, but a lot of people that I've met in IRL, and then there also were some people that try to fade me in the space, and I actually walked up to them and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And they you know you know how people like look down and like in like shame.
Oh
I
God,
said, "Hey,
please.
what's going on?" And I didn't have to do that. I could just kept walking. But I wanted to check their energy because their energy on spaces was forget about you, whatever, whatever. So, I just came off this high of like, being on a yacht. So
Uh,
as they're walking out, I'm walking in, I'm like, hey, 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 what's going on? And then, one of them went from being all whatever, whatever to, hey, what's up, Jake and X? What's going on? I'm like, oh, energy change up. I like this.
and
Okay. So it was fake beef then. And then the other one was just like shifty eyes, like, oh, hey, yeah, what's up?
mhm,
I'm like
mhm.
getting big eye contact. And I'm like, hey, man, are you all right?
Uh,
I'm trying to catch their eyes, like, are you okay? Is everything going on with you? And it was like, yeah, Dad, I'm fine, and I was like, oh, okay, it was
chill.
settled. But there are those people that have like that really loud mouth,
Hmm.
but then when you see them, it's like,
That
yeah,
it definitely like in like kind of like the when you feel like there's like a little bit of online beef, but then when you meet them in real life, I feel like that could also be a byproduct of like just being in this space, since this space is like not everyone is a talker, not everyone can communicate in like in a like productive way. Sometimes a lot of people, like when you hear them on spaces, like it may just be that they're like just talking like how they do on the phone, so they're like you their tone is different. But then when you meet them in like real life, it's like some people are just like completely different from the what you hear on spaces. Uh,
yeah.
that
A lot of them were just like super short too. So
hmm. Yeah.
it's
So you think
it's
so you think it's like is something wrong with me? Like did I say something wrong? Is that why he's short with me? But it's just that like yeah, like a lot of people are like online. They're like just to the point and like answer question. Let's go. Keep moving.
right. So, but my experience at Art Basel um, was was great. New York was great. All these places I went, those two locations were great. And Art Basel, I almost didn't go to Art Basel, so I got to give a big shout out to Sir Halls, Axiom. Axiom made my logo, my J Connect logo, which everyone loves. The JC with the microphone. Shout out to Axiom. Shout out to Sir Halls. Sir Halls is a great community member from my last project. Um, he was like, "Bro, you got to get out there. You J Connects. You got to be at Art Basel. I have a spare room." And I was saying to myself, I don't really know him like that, but at the same time,
Mhm.
he's cool people, and I didn't want to spend the money to get a hotel for myself and
Especially
also
New
buy my
York.
ticket. Well, no, this was for Art Basel.
Oh,
This
Art
was this is
Basel.
going to Art Basel.
Especially Miami.
This is
Miami.
Miami.
Miami's expensive too.
Yeah, I was like, and I'm going there by myself. I'm not going with a crew of people. And it was so last minute. It was like maybe like 2 weeks or less than a month before time. And then I couldn't take the time off. I wanted to take the whole week off, and my job would only allow me to take like the last 2 days, and I'm off weekends. And then I flew back the same day I had work, so I had to like risk it all basically and possibly risk my own job just to go to this event. And it was worth it. I got there. I had a place to stay, had a place to sleep. Just a little insider information. There was only two beds, but there was three of us. And they said that they can pull out one of those cots and I can sleep on the cot, whatever. But I asked the front desk. They're like, "Yeah, we don't have any of those. I don't know who told you that." I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll just sleep on the floor."
The floor it is.
And and you know what? Leading there, I hopped on because I'm always in spaces, so I wanted to have it to be like a really cool experience. What I did was I was on a space when I left the gate of the airport, and I was on a space going to the gate, flying down. So I had people that were on the space listening to. I don't remember if I had recorded it or not, but listening to me get in the Uber, take the Uber, to Miami, getting out of my out of the Uber car, and then going into the hotel, and then me going, "Damn, where's my room?" And I remember someone being in my ear saying, "Yo, Jay, um, don't get lost. Like, make sure you find your room." People were like in my ear, like talking to me, like, "Yo, are you sure you're going to the right place? Like, check and see if like this is the right place for you." Like, people are concerned, because I'm looking around, I can't find the freaking door. I can't find the room or whatever. And then I'm trying to call them. No one's picking up their phone because they slept late last night, and no one's answering. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. I'm in a space right now. I can't find the room number. They told me the hotel, um, and I also don't have a key because they have the keys. They got there before me. So all this was happening. These are all these stories I'm telling you guys that really did happen. And then eventually, I had to hang up the phone call, and everyone was mad. I have to hang up. I have to call them. I have to find out where I'm going to stay. I got my luggage in my one hand, and I got you guys in the other hand, and I still don't have a room. So I gotta find my room. So I hanged up on the space, called them up. They answered the door, and they're like, "Yeah, Jay, don't worry about it, man. I mean, uh, Action was like, don't worry about it, bro. I'll sleep on the floor." And I'm like, "Nah, man, you don't have to do that. I'll just get a room." He's like, "Nah, man, Jay connects. We cool people." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "Bro, that's a lot, man. I can't really." But at the same time, if you really going to sleep on the floor, if you willing, like, you sure? It's like, no, I do it. And then he said the thing that really got me. He said, Action was like, "I do it all the time. Like, this is like, it's nothing." I'm like, "Well, if you do it all the time, I mean, you shouldn't want to sleep on the chair because there's a chair there too." But he decided to sleep on the floor. We got him some pillows,
Man,
and I got the bed.
what a good
I
homie.
got the bed.
Damn.
Yeah, he's and he slept there like if it was a bed. I know I would have been fudged. I would have been sleeping on the chair if it was me. I could sleep on the floor. That floor is too flat. But it was cool, man. Like, the whole vibe. I brought an extra T-shirt, so we're rocking the merchandise. Or we're going from party to party. It was an entourage, man. It was like a freaking movie. It was all three of us walking into different events, like, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" It was a vibe, man.
uh,
Art Basel was super fun. New York was fun, but a different type of fun because I was home, right?
mhm.
So my family's here, right? Nothing wrong with that. I have my kids. I have my wife. So I still had to go. I still had to go home.
Ah, I
So I
see.
was doing. You see what I'm saying? I still had to go home, interact with them, and then go out again.
Ooh, you
So
didn't
I'm off
sleep.
for the. I was off. Well, yeah, I was off for that whole week. NFC NYC week. I took it off for the whole week, but I, you know, it was also the same week as my twin boy's birthday.
Oh.
So my boys wanted me to be home with them, and it was NFT NYC week, and it was also their birthday week as well. So I'm trying to juggle both. I literally had to wait till they went to bed every around like 8 o'clock at night to actually go out to spend time with them. And sometimes, like, they went back to school, and then I was able to go to not NFT NYC.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was juggling IRL and well, I was juggling my real life and also NYC with like the brands and all that. So it all worked out. I was only able to go to 3 events, and I'm pretty sure I booked at least 7. 3 were probably free, and 4 I paid for. So, yeah, I was out a little bit of money. I was supposed to go to there was a Magic Eating after party. Magic Eating after party, and Bobby Shmurda was there. I was supposed to go to that. I was also supposed to go to the Gary V um, wine sip events. I got into that too. I didn't get to go to that one. I went to a really good event, and my community that I love so much and dear. I'm rocking the shirt right now. Pigeons of New York. There's a show called Chopped Cheese. Chopped Cheese. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I don't want to get in trouble. It's a show. It's a show, and it's also a sandwich, a staple sandwich for New Yorkers. That the Pigeons of New York and the Pharmacy Fandoms hosts every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the most New York space. You go to Chop Cheese, you hang out with Dutch, you hang out with Smarts, you hang out with Chino, you hang out with McFly, with Havoc, with Music, with Nessie, with Low, with Lady, Never Scared. You hang out with all these individuals in that room. You want to go to the Pigeons of New York page, or if you go back to the top,
Uh-huh.
it's actually the link is in my bio.
Oh, okay, I see.
It says
Yeah, I was
yeah.
looking for the space. That's
Um,
what I was looking for. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. But you want to go there, you want to hang out, and now Pigeons of New York have their own. Oh, Pigeons of New York, Chopped Cheese has their own YouTube channel, and they're doing a live podcast as well, which is something new that just came out. So now it's not just Spaces on X. Now they're streaming on multiple platforms and getting out to a wider audience. So you have this NFT collection where the utility is IRL, and now they're spreading the message out to Web 2 people, um, and bringing them into the space. So you got Pharmacy Phantoms, which is Styles P is the rapper, is the rapper, is a rapper, and famous rapper for that matter, and he's the owner of that collection, co-founder Meta Dutch, and Meta Dutch is the one that pushes the Discord. He's the one that's, for the most part, handling the business side of the Pharmacy Fandoms. That collection sold out. Awesome collection. A little show for them if you happen to mint a Pharmacy Phantom, not mint, but sweep the floor because it's sold out. If you happen to sweep the floor and get yourself a Pharmacy Phantom, you own the stems, you own the lyrics of Styles P's music.
Oh, that's
Um,
dope. Okay, I'm gonna have to check out some
yes,
Pharmacy
and I don't
Phantom
think I ever heard
NFTs.
that before. Yeah,
I, I
shout out to
I know of projects like crap, I forget. It was a project that was collaborating with Warner Brothers.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I just saw Minute Dutch. I just saw Dutch
he
with like the cucumbers on his eye.
he vibing, he
He was on
vibing.
vacation.
Uh,
He was on vacation for a little bit. So shout out to him, man.
uh,
But yeah, you own the stems of the music. Right now the floor is decent for them too. I think it's like 0.01. Um and I think when it was minting it was at like 0.06. I forget exactly how much it was, but
the
I got to.
floor 0.004.
Oh, even another steal, because I think you're able to stake them now. So that's the whole thing too. Thank you for telling me that. I'll
Oh
be taking a look
God.
at that too.
Oh God, you get lyrics with this? What? You may want to tell your boys that that you got a new holder among them after this because like.
It might be here right now. They might be here right now. Let me go on X real quick
Yeah.
and check out the.
Now that's something that I had not seen before. Like I have seen like projects offer like stems and Yeah, like from the music that they put in within the NFT, but never with lyrics.
Black song, black song, black song.
Go poops, go poops.
Yeah,
Settle to the
yeah. And
facts.
what I was getting at with
Seal
the
packs,
NFT
name a
in the
rap.
IRL events is I was able to go to Styles P's birthday party last year, November 2023. Shout out to McFly. McFly is the man, man. He is the man, man. McFly hooked me up, you know, for a lot of things. Not NFT NYC. There were some events that I didn't have an NFT for. He was able to make a phone call like, "Yo, Jay, you good? Come through." Um, Not NFT NYC. I had the Phantom. He hit me up. It was like, "Yo, Jay, come through. We got you. You're gonna be able to meet Styles P. You're gonna be able to hang out with us in like the VIP area." So a quick story about that is, what time is it right now? Yeah,
9:30.
I have a space in half an hour. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, perfect, perfect. We
yeah,
can wrap it up soon.
yeah, yeah. Real quick, real quick. So what was I gonna say? So yes, he tells me to come through. I come through. He says, "Give my name at the door." So I give my name, J Connects, at the door. The guy looks at me. He goes, "No name." I said, "J Connects." He pulls back the paper. He's looking. He's like, "Yeah, no go." I give my actual name. Then he goes, "Here's your ticket." I go, "Oh, okay." I don't know what kind of party this was. This was a regular Web 2 party. This
Oh
was
shit.
a hip hop concert, and I guess I misunderstood. So, anyways, I'm walking upstairs, and then I got the VIP thing on my chest. They're letting me up, and there's like a whole VIP section that not everybody can go to. Now, he told me, "Jay, go to the third floor." I got to the second floor, and I'm like, "There's no third floor. This is the highest it goes. What the hell are you talking about?" So I hit him back, and it's noisy in there. There's people dancing around me. There's like liquor being spilled and stuff. And I'm like, what's this guy talking about? There's no third floor. And then I go back downstairs and I'm like, yo, is there a basement? Is he talking about the balcony where I was at is the third floor? So I'm like going, it's hard to get around because it's all packed in there. And then he's like, no, Jay, there's another floor. You can't see it from where you're at on the second floor. You know what? Never mind. We're about to come down soon. I'm like, what? What do you mean I can't see it? What is it? Invisible? What kind of NFT do I need to see it? Like, do I need
You got
some
token
augmented
gated,
reality
bro.
glasses to wear?
You got
Is it
you got
is
token
it in the
gated.
metaverse? Right? I'm like, what are you talking about? So to this day, I still don't know how they got to the third floor, but I did see the concept. I did see like this what do you call that skybox looking room with like uh who was in there? I think Fat Joe was in there.
What?
Joe Budden was in there. I think I'm not mistaken. I think he was those people were in there. Jadakiss, Styles P. We're talking about D Block. We're talking about the Locks.
Mhm.
These are legends that were in that room, and they're just shaking hands, taking pictures. And I wasn't able to go there because my ass was late.
Damn.
And my ass was late because I had to put my kids to bed. No. Was that the reason why? No, I'm lying. That's not it. I'm blaming my kids. I left from work. I left from work and went straight there. So by the time I got there, they already went upstairs. That was a problem. So they came downstairs. Oh well, who came downstairs? McFly came downstairs, and we hanged out with Lo. It was a vibe. And then not Jada, and then Styles P pulled up, and it was like one of those things where you got your one of your favorite rappers or like celebrities uh like literally like 3 feet away from you at the bar, and you have to like keep your cool and just like pretend as if yeah, this is a normal thing, like you know, not a big deal.
Just among
Jake
legends.
is there. Yeah. Jake is there. Dutch is here. Smarts, which is the founder of the Pigeons of New York, is right next to me. McFly's talking to Lo. It's just like a regular conversation. He's there just trying to get a drink, and then some random dude comes up next to us. And he's like, "Yo, Styles, can I get a verse?" And the Styles is like, "Nah, bro, I'm just trying to get a drink. I'm not trying to hear that right now before I go on." Yeah, yeah, I hear that, but yo, I got rhymes, bro. I got rhymes. It's like, yo, who is this guy? And I'm saying to myself, he's too close to me, the guy who's saying this. So I hope that Styles doesn't think that he's with me because he's like right here. That was my experience the first time meeting Styles to be a random dude annoying the hell out of him before he goes on stage. So then he turns around, he looks at me, he looks at Smarts from Pistons of New York, and he walks that way. Then he double backs, talks to Smarts, and says, "Yo, you good?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." All right. Then he looks back at me, and I'm like, I'm like, he looks at the guy, he goes, and then he walks away, and I'm like, wait a minute. Does he think I'm with that guy? No, no, no. No, 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 no. I'm with him. I'm with him. I don't know this guy. and then he starts giving pounds, like Styles P starts giving pounds to McFly, hugs to Low and everybody over there. Like I think even music was there. And he's like saying hi to everybody over there. I'm like, he never said hi to me.
Oh.
I didn't get the high I was looking for. And then later on he came back, the guy was gone, and he came back and it was like, all right, so if you want to get a photo with him, you can. But see, New Yorkers are a little bit different. We don't like to come off like we're too hungry or we're like thirsty, quote unquote. So I don't want to be that guy to run up to him. Hey, yeah, can I get a photo op with you, Styles P? I don't want to be that guy. If it happens organically, it happens organically. That's the kind of way I like to do things. I think overall, it's kind of how it was.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was my story with the Styles P Pharmacy Fandom IRL event that I attended for owning a fandom. So that was dope. And yeah, I'm hyped about what's to come next for Be Nice, because they do apparel. This hat is an embroidery hat. Carter, the founder of the project, he flew us out. He flew me. I don't want to say he flew everybody out. I'm not really sure, but he flew everyone out from my understanding to a nonprofit event in Daytona, the Daytona Experience, where it's an event where Make a Wish sponsors the event, where kids can ride in these sports cars and they can meet celebrities as like their last wish.
Okay, nice.
And it was a good time. After NFC NYC week, like the next week, like after that weekend, I was able to fly out that Sunday, and I was able to spend like 2 nights with Cristiano, with Nessie, with T Banks, and I mentioned before I met T Banks at Art Basel
Yep.
and Khadijah. That was dope. I met Cristiano before at that first event where I spoke at the Pigeons event, for their first event. So I met him before that. Um, I seen Nessie at Art Basel, and then I seen him again, NFC NYC, and of course I seen him in Daytona, in Florida, for the couple days. I got to race. I got to sit in a race car, a Corvette. I don't know if you can find the content on my Twitter handle, but if you go to Be Nice, you'll probably see some of the pictures and videos of the content there. And we're going about maybe about 150 180 on an actual racetrack. So what it is, it's 25 businesses came together and they rented out a real racetrack. and you're able to like take your car and take your sports car and put it on the track, and it has to get checked for like the fluids, the tires, and all that before you can even drive it on there. But you have all these wealthy people wrecking cars and getting photo ops, and it was dope. It was dope, and the co-founder of the project, his nickname is Be Nice, so he's the one that is actually driving the car. You know, Be Nice. They're focused on um, having a marketplace. Also, besides the merchandise, they have a marketplace, and they're also focused on um, showcasing and spotlighting musicians. So that's like the overall gist of like the project, and there are some more things coming. That there is going to be a Be Nice token. Um, I don't want to talk too much about Be Nice, so if it seems like I'm not really talking too much about like how I was talking about the other projects. It's because there's other things happening,
Mm-hmm.
and they're changing up some things. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the car right there. There you got Nessie the Rilla, and you got my boy Darius, which I was talking a
Yep.
story about us driving in Miami and me sticking my head out the window like we're in Miami. That's Darius right there. I'm surprised that his shirt is on in this picture, and he's like, "Yeah, rockstar life, YOLO." Um, because usually Darius doesn't have a shirt on. If anyone knows who Darius is, so shout out to Kong's the Kong season, Kong Radio, and that whole family there. Shout out to Sabits and Rainy, and but yeah, that's my family right there as well.
Nice. It
Um,
seemed, it's like so great to have like such a big family that spans out like everywhere. Like, you got the New York family, but beyond that, there's like everyone else in Web3. And you get to have these experiences and go meet them in different, like, Miami or fly out to Daytona. Um, so let's see. We have about like 20 minutes left. I'll say 15 just to give you like 5 minutes to jump into the other space. Um, with your podcast, what are some things you look for whenever you are looking for a guest or trying to like book your next guest?
that's a good question. That's a very good question. I look for what association they have to IRL majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you know, I do believe that there has to be some aspect of it for what we do for what we do to last and to work. Um, I know I look for 2.3 2.5
Mm-hmm.
web 2.5 uh and also I look for longevity. How long has this project been out, right?
Yep.
How long has the founder been in spaces? Are they willing to talk to me on a level of, let's say I'm not a brand ambassador, let's say I'm not a space host, let's say I'm not a podcaster. Is the project founders willing to talk to me as a community member,
Mm-hmm. Like,
or are they like or are they like dismissive, or do they want me to only talk to the community manager, or are they going to tell me to create a ticket? So what I'm looking for is character
mm-hmm.
in the founders.
That's
I'm
awesome.
looking at that's something that you can't, necessarily say that people look for. Most people probably look for, is this a rug? And ultimately, we don't know who's a rug and who's not. Even
Exactly.
like the best projects out there could be rugs.
Mm-hmm.
And by rugs, I mean things happen, life happens,
Yep.
right?
Unforeseen things could have happened and the founders were forced to shut down or whatever it may be because the space is uncertain.
It is. It is. All of these things are startups. That's what people have to understand. A lot of even my brand. It's a startup. If it's a startup, it could fail, but it won't fail. Um, for me, it won't fail because it's more of a passion more than like it is a company, is a brand, but it's more of a passion of mine.
Hmm.
I enjoy what I do, so I don't see it as work. I look forward to leaving my actual job to do this. I look forward to being in spaces 24/7. Believe it or not, it may sound crazy to some people, but to me, it's not. And I'm not talking too loud because my wife's in the room, but she's not happy being in spaces 24/7 because she has to share me with the rest of the world, and she doesn't want to share me, and I get that.
Hey,
I get that.
I totally get it too, man.
She told me the other day, bro. She told me the other day. She said, I miss J Money, and I'm like, J Money. It's like, yeah, I married J Money. That was my nickname. That's what my friends called me. It's like I married J Money. This J Connects guy, I don't know who this guy is. And I'm like, it's the same person. It's me. She's like, I don't know. I don't know J Connects. I don't know J Connects. I don't know who J Connects is. So, you know, um, yeah, that's the challenging part when it comes to what I'm doing
Hmm.
because I'm finally finding myself. I'm finally seeing my characteristics, my real characteristics, uh, being used in a way where I can brand myself. Because I've always wanted to work for myself. I always wanted to have a brand, but anything I tried to think about doing, I didn't have the passion for it because it wasn't really mine. If that makes sense.
Totally.
Like I am a brand ambassador for projects that I do believe in. That I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about maybe getting into like trucking IRL or maybe getting into real estate. These things I don't really have a passion for it, but it does make me it would make me a lot of money. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Totally.
Podcasting wouldn't necessarily make me a lot of money, but what does turn me on is the connections that are made. Hence
Hmm.
the name J Connect. The interactions, the IRL events, the I prefer vacations over I wouldn't say over money, but I'm more of like a visual person. I like to travel. So um I teamed up with projects that do that travel the world. And I'm very happy with what I have going on. Wow, we have
Yeah.
224 viewers.
Hey, it's that J Connects effect. It's that J Connects effect.
Is
That's for sure.
is that a normal number or is
No,
that just like
I think it may be doubled up right now from the usual X numbers. So it's the J Connects effect, my brother. Um, and yeah, I wanted to even like share like a saying with you that one of my good friends coming into the space whenever I was like finding myself like where do I belong in this space is your network is your net worth. So like how just now you were saying like you're not you love to network, you love to meet people, and you're not like in it chasing money wherever the money may be. Like that's it, man. That's the mentality. Your network is your net worth.
that is it? I'm over here taking a screenshot because a lot of people in here. Don't mind me.
No, no
My
worries.
phone
No,
is.
no worries. Do your thing. Do your thing. Okay. So just, I guess, to finalize, like my final question. The J Connects podcast. When can we expect the next episode?
This Thursday.
This Thursday. What time?
This Thursday at 9 p.m. The person I'm going to be interviewing is a fashion designer. This is someone that I met through knowing the Pigeons of New York. Smarts' partner, Charlie Rock. Shout out to Charlie Rock. I don't know if he's watching this or not, but um, Smarts, the founder of Pigeons of New York, he has a production company. He does music, and Charlie Rock is one of his business partners. So they have the studio where the chopped cheese event was There's a chopped cheese space. There was a chopped cheese live event that happened at NFT NYC week, and where it was in Smart's studio.
I see.
Um, and they make beats for musicians and all that. So Charlie Rock had a IRL event. He had a meetup in Manhattan that he put in our pigeon coop chat on Instagram,
Hmm.
and he was like, "Hey, I'm doing a meetup," and it wasn't an NFT meetup. It was just a meetup, just to meet people. So I've never done that before. I know I've heard of them. You go out there, you get your name badge, you smack on your chest, you say what you're here for, what you do for a living, and all that. You know how that goes.
Hmm.
So I went there to meet up, and I think I might have been one of the few people there that was from NFTs. I think there might have been someone else there that was from like crypto and like mining and stuff, but everyone else was like they're like a financial advisor, they're teachers, all different types of like jobs that people have, and that's where I met him. That's where I met him. And the hat that he makes is called Talented. It's a big T right in the middle of the hat. Um, and he makes hats for celebrities. He makes hats for um and celebrities buy his hats too. But like NBA players,
Hmm.
baseball players, um just to name one artist, Tiana Taylor, who is an R&B singer under the label of Good Music, which is Kanye West's label. Um so he's he's working on some things. I can't say too much because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But tune in on Thursday night. He's not the crypto guy. He's not the NFT guy, and that's what my podcast is about. Get literally spotlighting people that know nothing about this space, but having them rewatch the episodes of the people I've interviewed that are involved in this space, so they can see how they can incorporate Web3 into their own brands. So without telling people, oh, go check out this, I just tell them that I interview Web3 communities and Web2 communities. And if they want to go ahead and check it, they can. And I've realized it's actually using reverse psychology. They go check it because they want to know what I'm asking as far as the questions. And as they're checking, they're learning about our community as a whole. Because it's very hard to get people to watch anything NFT related. But if you make it enjoyable, you bring up content like I usually do. I'll be loading up like just like you just did. I go to the website, I show where we went, where they went, or their merchandise, or their music videos, or pictures of interactions. That helps the viewers when they watch it to be entertained with it. Um, and that's probably how you found me, right? Is that
Eh, That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I mean, I saw you like say something in a group chat that we are both in. I'm like, yo, what Jake and Next, what's he all about? So I like clicked on your profile, saw that you had a YouTube, and I was like, oh shit. and and then
that's where it is.
yep, and from there I just started watching your content. Like, you do very well. Like, I can tell that you're passionate about what you do. You bring your personality into it. Like, I don't know how it is on the back end for you. I don't know if you like over prepare or anything, but like once you're like in front of the camera, it looks natural and flowing. Yeah, that's why I thought. I don't know what the background looks like for me. Like my background, it's like maybe I wrote down notes from like our last conversation, but I didn't like
Right.
sit down and like try to master craft the most important questions of your life. So.
No, no, that's what it is.
Mhm.
I have like a few questions after I might have done a brief, understanding of like where you're coming from and how you got to where you got to. But after that, it's all organic, as if we're in a space.
Hmm. Hmm.
The only thing that's different is that our cameras are on. That's really the biggest difference,
Yep.
you know.
Exactly.
But our cameras are on. Most times, I'm just talking to a PFP like I'm doing right now.
This is actually
Look
the
at your mouse.
this is the first
I'm looking.
attempt at a VRM tonight. Like because my friend like usually the only time I use cameras is when my guest is using a camera. But besides that, there's usually nothing in. So my friend Rustan, I don't know if you ever met Rustan. He's a dope body artist. If you go to his YouTube, make sure to watch when your wife is out of the room. Um, but he
She's
made
probably
this for
watching it right now.
but he
You know,
yeah.
my first episode, she was watching the episode. Did you ever watch episode one?
I did not get to episode 1 at least yet, you know.
Real,
I'm slowly
real
watching.
quick, in the first 5 minutes of the episode,
Hmm.
she's in the comment section, and I fumble my words because I've been fumbling my words the whole time. I stutter. That was right, but she was in the comment section, and I saw her full name come up, and I'm about to go to the next screen, and I go, oh wow, my wife is here.
Oh, you're like, oops, I hope I didn't say anything embarrassing the
You sh-
first 15 minutes.
you should have seen Jaden's face. Jaden's face was like, okay. And I'm like I didn't know what to do next. Like I was frozen in time. And I think he might have said something, and I got back into it. But for a moment, it was like literally merging Web 2 and Web 3 in that same moment. And we always say that we want our friends and family to be a part of this,
Hmm.
and then once they're part of it, unexpectedly, it wasn't planned. It just throws you off completely. That's what happened in that moment.
It
So watch
does.
episode 1, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Bruh, I can't tell you how many
'Cause-
times my sisters pop into my streams. They're like talking shit to me after, you know.
wow, no, no,
But like not bad shit. They're
I,
just making just good fun.
yeah, yeah. I,
Oh,
it's different. It's different.
for
What I'm gonna do right now is I'm actually going to hold on a second. Give me 1 second here.
yep. Hope all of you have been enjoying the show, and yeah, we're gonna be closing down here shortly. I know Jay has a space in about 5 minutes, and I'm definitely gonna ask him for the link to that so I can pop in and support while he's doing his thing. Very nice to see everyone here on Decentraland. AF Master, good to see you. On the rise, I see you back there. Mean Green Doge. I thought I saw T-Bird somewhere in the chats. And I see Josh. I see Josh in Twitch chat as well. Thank you everyone for being here.
I was looking to actually start my episode now
Yep.
while I had you on here.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. We can share the you can DM me the link on Discord or wherever, and I will share it to all channels.
I'm gonna start it now,
Mm-hmm.
and for everyone to see that you know we are currently live in this interview with Sinful Meatstick in Decentraland. So it's just me in here for now. But if you go to my profile, you'll see Pigeon Coop Chat, episode 13, and we're going to talk about the NFT Summer Club, which is the event that I have scheduled for July 3rd. Shout out to Cowboy Tom. This whole thing was his idea. I'm just the partner on this, and I'm looking forward to getting seeing some friends out there, seeing some people in the space to join us at this pool party. Um, It's gonna be an epic event. We got Meta Rides sponsoring us. I don't know if you're familiar with Meta Rides.
Yep, Metarides is cool. Been to some of my community building Decentraland spaces on Saturdays, and cool guy.
Yeah, yeah. So they're doing a giveaway. They're giving away, I believe, three Meta Ride cards at that event. And yeah, yeah. There's a lot of other things we're talking about in space. And Sinful, you're in here. You're in
You
the
already
space as
know.
well.
You already know I'm in here.
Let's go. Let's
Uh,
go. Let's go. So I'm gonna mute myself on space, and then we'll see. We'll have the room load up a little bit. But thank you for having me on here. It's been phenomenal. We reached 240 what looks like views
yep,
on X. I'm not too sure.
yep,
Is it
yep,
X? Is it X? Is it, yeah.
yep.
And then what is the end number for the other channel
I mean,
streaming platform?
I know that Twitch has been like jumping between like 5 to 10 viewers. Right now there's 6. One for
Okay.
YouTube, and then like we have a couple more on. Oh, we have 3 on Kick, and yeah, on Decentraland. The party's still vibing here. We have about 19 users, and also I didn't get a chance to tell you, but Cowboy Tom popped in like a little bit after we spoke about him. So big shout out to Cowboy Tom.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice.
And yes, the
Nice.
event that Jay will be talking about tonight is on screen right now. The NFT Summer Club. It's on Eventbrite. I did share the link in World as well as on streaming platforms. And from there you can see the general admission. Give Cowboy Tom a follow if you have an Eventbrite account. And and yeah, final thoughts before we close out here, Jay.
Final thoughts. Remember, you gotta stay connected with Jay connected.
Love it. Mic drop. Thank you.
Sound like that. Somebody sound like that.
I might just do it a little later to tell you the truth. I've been trying to work on making a
Yeah,
little more content, so I'll be sending. If I do end up
yeah,
doing that, I'm gonna send it over your way. Um,
yeah. I love to share this out, man. I love to share whatever content you got.
For sure. And Jay, thank you once again for being on tonight's podcast. Good luck with the wife and the twin boys, like, and as well as like good luck with the new job. I'm rooting for you, and I'm happy to, continue the journey with you, seeing how Jay Connect grows and expands in this space. To anyone watching, remember Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, the J Connect podcast goes live on his YouTube channel. Did I get that right,
And on
Jay?
X.
And on X.
You got that right.
I, I,
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can stream it on Instagram live as well.
mhm.
Might need a different platform to use to get that on there, but yeah, right now it's on X. It's on YouTube.
Nice, nice. Yep. Well, thank you, Jay, and I'll be listening to the space as you get that all started and kicked off.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Essential Land people, enjoy the rest of the party. You guys have been great. NX. NX.
Yes, sir. Take care, and definitely keep an eye out if you ever want to be back on Beyond the NFT. Always, you know how to reach me, and if you ever need a guest, you know how to reach me as well.
Well, you're in here now. You might just be the guest of the old show. Yeah, I might just throw you a co-host. You never know.
Oh, I
But
saw. I think I see knowledge. Knowledge just popped in. Crypto God
we,
NYC.
we were just we were just talking about NYC Squirrels, and they have an event tomorrow.
NYC
Actually,
Squirrels. Nice. Is it a IRL
NYC
event?
Squirrels. It's an IRL event. Every Tuesday going forward, he's throwing these events. And that's the project I was telling you before that I'm a brand ambassador for as well. This is a friend of mine that I've met and that lives in Queens, and I work in Queens.
Nice.
So we're basically neighbors, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. Mose is gonna come down from upstate New York to perform tomorrow, Tuesday night, and there's gonna be a magician. So some magic will be there, and who else is gonna be there? DJ Stu Kwan, famous Web3 DJ, who also DJ'd on the yacht party for the Pigeons of York event. He'll be there, and I will be there as a special guest. So all four of us coming together to support my boy Knowledge here, and yeah, it's action packed, man. You got to keep it locked. Tap that bell. Tap that bell.
Exactly. Make sure to stay connected with Jay Connect. Thank you, Jay. And on that note, everyone here on Decentraland, just stand by. I'm gonna raid some streamers on the streaming platforms, and then we could probably just move into Naked and Afraid. We'll play some Naked and Afraid here at Meta One Designs headquarters, and finish out the night. Thank you, everyone, and yeah, stand by.